Yes, that is
I want
the
to see
original
more of the
VR
Star
headset,
Wars game.
held together by
The Fallen.
tape and worn by our very own Tim Woods.
We'll talk more about that too. Hello guys, welcome to Ashley Lancelot Show. We're going to be streaming the remainder of the Bethesda and talk
And
more
of
about the
course, we are
E3 this
well known
week.
as developers of
That's been
best-in-class
happening.
engine technology
We
with
have
our
Post
InTech
right
engine.
now. Grim Olive is coming in. From Dark Titan Enterprise. Go into his channel and subscribe if you like. Ashley's going to be coming in a bit as well. So we'll be starting
So
in a
tonight we have
bit.
exciting new technology to announce.
We're going to show you the result of years of research and development. Cutting-edge game engine-based technology we developed.
They're showing a
specifically for
VR
gamers.
headset that's being held up
Now,
by
we'd like to
tape.
introduce you to Orion.
Orion.
Orion is a tremendous breakthrough in streaming technology. It is our name for a group of patented technologies that optimize.
I don't know, I wasn't really into VR. I don't even own the damn thing. Still expensive to buy.
Orion can work with
The dude on the
engine
left looks kind of like Gabe and Noel.
No matter which game you're playing or whether you're streaming on
You're
Stadia,
mean.
on
You're mean,
xCloud, or
Post.
another streaming platform. So, how does Orion work?
The exciting game streaming services you've been hearing so much about have largely focused on hardware solutions to address the complex challenges of streaming. There's a lot of words. We used our expertise in developing game engine software and took a different approach. By incorporating Orion technology at the game engine level, we're able to stream game content.
Another streaming service, really?
Per frame, leading to a dramatic reduction in
latency. It's like everyone and their mother's going to their streaming service now.
Orion-enabled game can stream with up to 40% lower bandwidth. And happily, for game developers, Orion technology is easy to integrate with your game build with our SDK.
But what does that mean for you? It means that streaming games will be faster and better with Orion. And Orion substantially reduces the cost of streaming for players and for publishers. So it won't matter if your friends and family are sucking up all the bandwidth, or if you live far away from a data center.
It reminds me, yesterday, Google Stadia.
Except these guys claim that it's going to be 20% faster, yet they don't show any bit rates or metrics.
No, they don't.
Now, as with any new computer
I canceled the Stadia.
One must ask the question: can it?
When Microsoft got the Game Pass, I'd rather just get that instead.
Yeah, that's a smart choice to cancel that.
First-person shooter with native 4K resolution at 60 frames per second. Let's see.
I'd like to
okay, what's the caveat? You say that we can stream the max settings, but what's
from id Software,
you know?
Who is showing you just that here live on stage?
Playing Doom.
Is streaming an Orion-enabled Doom 2016 right now to that mobile
Who
device.
the hell will play Doom on the phone and a controller?
The same people that played it on the NVIDIA Shield.
Without perceptible latency. And we want you all to experience this powerful streaming technology yourself as we test and refine it. So for a chance to be among the first in the world to stream Doom 2016 for free, all you need to do
Doom
is join
2016.
the Doom Slayers Club by registering at slayersclub.com tonight.
I'm guessing I have to sign up and test it out. Hopefully I get the beta for it.
It's a new streaming service. Will probably come with like a free week trial or something.
I don't know. I don't think my iPhone 7 will handle it.
Were you watching the stream earlier?
Oh, Doom Eternal, huh? Yeah, I was watching the stream earlier.
You notice how the audience is paid?
Yeah. A lot of things I'm like, why are you guys clapping for it? But whatever. I'm like slowly updating all of my PS3 games one by one. This game I'm gonna get.
Are you gonna get Youngblood?
Maybe.
And do a co-op story with Ash?
Ashley doesn't do those kind of games. Why is my thing so laggy? The damn upload speed's like all over the damn place. Hey Ashley. I'm gonna put this in the corner. Yeah. Yeah, my upload, there you go, my upload speed finally went up. Finally.
That was awesome. This is awesome. Thank you so much. I'm Marty
They're gonna go more in depth with Doom Eternal.
And I'm
Hope they make a better statue. I want a cyber demon for a statue for the collector edition if they're ever gonna make one.
As you just saw, we're not just building a world for Doom, it's an entire universe. Earth is on the brink of annihilation. It's being consumed by demons. And your crusade to save it will take you across dimensions, to locations never seen before in Doom, from heaven and hell to the Sentinel homeworld and beyond. Yeah. There is so much to see and discover, but Doom is first and foremost about gameplay. And Doom Eternal promises to be the ultimate power fantasy. The fun comes from mastering the experience, because you are the Doom Slayer, the strongest, fastest demon killer.
The last of the Bethesda stream conference, E3. Then I'm gonna start with the talk. After this,
of course, the challenge in Doom is all about handcrafted combat.
Watching it
but also
with someone.
Engaging level design. And in Doom Eternal,
He's coming in after.
Always has something new to throw at you, even deep into the campaign. Let's take a look.
That looks fresh.
What?
Doom Eternal.
You love the Doom game.
Yeah, Doom game's awesome.
I tried playing it once.
You played Doom 3 on the PS3. This was just mindless killing.
I may be able to do this if I play on the computer. I'm pretty good.
I have it on the computer.
I'm pretty good with shooting.
Yeah, I have it on the computer.
I prefer all the older Doom games, to be honest.
Yeah, I have them all too.
The older ones felt a little bit like an RPG-esque game.
But you gotta know the graphics, the killing, the blood, the gore, the everything.
You know, it's so important to
You
us.
can get that with
Just
all
watch
of it.
any second now, they're gonna be like, oh, we're partnering with NVIDIA. It's gonna be ray traced now.
Oh, guess what? It's microtransaction now. Good lord. Man, you want like a Doom Slayer to be pink? We got you. Pink for $10.99.
Oh, even better. We don't just have microtransaction. You can pay to beat it.
Absolutely can't wait for you to play it.
For all the people that are too
Hey,
lazy.
your Blade game's coming to the Switch. Should be excited about that.
You'll have a chance to play
Not really.
immediately following the show.
Microtransactions killed it.
I'm updating Fallout 76, trying hopefully fix a lot of the bugs. I haven't got on there for a while. Nuclear Wasteland. Try out that expansion.
That won't be out until tomorrow.
Yeah. I
Let's
just
see how it
updated
all
it,
comes
everything on
together.
my computer.
And watch as this perfect killing machine goes to work.
When Todd Howard was out there on the booth, it felt really awkward, him standing there, and then he's like, we had a lot of excitement this year, some of which I'm surprised you guys are still here.
Are you talking about the person who does Fallout and stuff?
I don't know, Fallout 7.
Head game director.
To me, Fallout 76 was like actually like a joke.
To me,
Sorry, he's a project manager.
To me, it seemed like a rush job. They rushed it. They had little to no game.
And they say that the bugs gives a character. No, not that kind of bug.
It was a rush job.
If they just waited a year and came out with the Wastelander stuff, it would have been a better game.
I'm gonna test it out tomorrow, see what kind of bugs they fix and everything.
I'll play it with you.
I have it on the PC.
Yeah, I'll play the free trial.
Never played any Fallout game.
You can try it, Ashley. You can play it on the Xbox too because we got Game Pass. I think it's on Game Pass, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Because it got the
Is it cross-platform?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't know.
Get Grim to come to.
That's if his if a Game Pass works, or even got one yet.
It's still a free trial though.
Yeah. But you still need Xbox. But you still need Xbox Gold to play it. He had a problem with his Xbox Gold. Yeah, I spent all morning working on the Mad Mage map, and I'll start working on the Call of Cthulhu map now for my Wednesday campaign next week.
Well, I still could make a character for that one.
We're all going to make a character that day because I will be reading it. And I'll be watching how you guys make it too, because it's the first time ever DMing this campaign.
We're all gonna die.
That is just fresh, man. You gotta admit. They're just showing all the weapons now.
The gun that he was just using with the scope reminds me of a Halo weapon.
Where's the BFG? Use the BFG for crying out loud.
All I see is them shooting monsters.
Demons.
Monsters to me.
Demons from hell.
Because apparently in this universe, Hell is on Mars.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, it's alternate dimension in Mars.
Technically, they're just undead monsters. And there's lava. Is there even lava on Mars?
Oh, Cyber Demon. I think that's the one. Oh, they make it look not that cool anymore. The 2016 one was look a lot better than that. And there's the BFG. Big effing gun. That's like the funnest thing to use. If you use it too close on someone, you die.
Like a minotaur.
All right.
Huh?
That
It's a cyber demon. One of the most powerfulest demon.
Looks like a minotaur.
So
Used to be the last boss, but not anymore.
That you just saw is just a piece of what you're going to play this week at E3.
And Lance is just so excited.
When is it coming?
But I bet a lot of you are wondering, when do we get to play
Probably
Doom
in a
Eternal
few years.
at our home?
Well, you don't have to wait too much longer. Not quite tomorrow.
Depends on when they started working on it.
But Doom Eternal will release on November 22nd. We're very excited about that, and we've got something really special for Doom fans. An amazing
November
collector's
22nd.
edition we're really proud of.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's an actual helmet.
That'll be your
Yeah,
Christmas present
you could
for
wear
me.
you could wear that thing.
How much is it?
I'm just saying that's gonna be
It
your
comes with
Christmas
a helmet.
It looks cheaply made though.
It'll be another Fallout 76.
You guys already got it.
At least this time they don't have to worry about the bag.
Oh, there's the helmet.
All right, well, we've got one more thing.
It won't fit my
we
head,
know
trust
that
me.
you've been waiting to hear about.
Huh?
Our
The
totally
LEDs?
new
Yeah.
Doom multiplayer.
Oh, it looks cheaply made though.
We call it
Probably
Battle
is
Mode.
like any
We've been
other
developing
helmet.
this in-house at id, and it's unlike anything you've played before.
Just watch, it'll be like
Yeah.
$200 or
We've been
$250
so
for the collector's
pumped at
edition.
it.
No, it's
This
not
is
worth that
pure
much.
Doom,
My
but with your
Pip Boy,
friends.
when I got on the
Where
PS4,
two player
my
controlled
Pip Boy,
demons
my
take
Fallout
on
4,
one
this doesn't
fully
worth that
loaded
much.
Slayer in a fight to the death.
But you
This
got it
is
because
a
you wanted it.
first-person
Yeah,
fight
Pip Boy, because I had the
demon
iPhone
strategy
3 or
versus
4
Slayer
when it
skill.
first released.
You know, we can't wait.
Yeah, but because
we
they did
know
a
you'll
second
love
wave with the
different play
Pip Boys,
styles
the
of
value of
various
it dropped,
demons.
and you can get it
Because
cheaper
each has unique
secondhand now.
movement,
Yeah.
attacks, and abilities.
This
They
is
can
the
even
first
spawn AI
one.
demons to control the battlefield and help you take down the Slayer. It's strategic, competitive.
I could have gotten the
we
Fallout
can't wait
76
to
collector
share more
edition at Best
details
Buy
with
for
you
$40
this year
with the
at
helmet and
QuakeCon.
everything else. I'm like, nah.
That's right, a lot more to share at QuakeCon.
You could have
but
showed the
before we
receipt to
go,
Bethesda
we
and
do
you can
wanna
get the
take a
actual
first
canvas
look at
bag.
Doom Eternal's
Yeah, I
new
think no one got
multiplayer.
their bags yet, did
On
they?
behalf of our amazing team
No.
at id in Dallas and Frankfurt, Germany, we want to
False.
thank
Not
you
until
all
like
so much
September or
for your
something.
support.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
I bet people are pretty much like, screw this game already, man. And they did that to themselves.
Well, Fallout 76 was a huge mess.
So many companies are trying to put themselves in a hole.
So you can be demons, full-on demon now, or Slayer. 2 demons versus 1 Doom Slayer. Okay.
We verse each other?
Yeah. I have it on the Switch too, actually, if I want to play that one.
Round 2.
So I'm guessing no Left 4 Dead.
No, I think that was like a rumor. I don't know. I thought Left 4 Dead was Steam.
And Bethesda.
I wasn't really into the Left 4 Dead series.
Final round.
Oh no, maybe it is Steam, I don't know.
I wasn't even into Dying Light or anything like that.
Dying Light was really good.
Yeah. I think we have the game. Ashley wanted it, but never played it.
I played
It's a
it,
great
but-
game.
But it seemed to me like any other zombie game. I mean, I'd have
But it's parkour in it. Parkour.
Another round of applause, please, for Martin Hugo
And
all of our presenters
crafting.
tonight.
You know how many games have that? Many.
And for everyone at our studios around
Yeah,
the
but it's
globe
like
that have
similar
worked so hard on the
crafting
great
to
games we see tonight, we say thank you.
Dead Rising.
2019 marks
I never played Dead
25 years
Rising.
of Doom. So to celebrate, we will be going all out with
I'm
Doom
more
at
of
QuakeCon this
RPG.
summer. We're adding a whole host of panels and activities dedicated to Doom, which
The
we call
Xbox conference was
DoomCon.
awesome. They had a good fantasy RPG
Yeah,
on
see
there.
what we did there? We took out the Quake and put Doom in. We hope you can come hang out with us in Dallas at our inaugural event in London. If you can't, please tune in online. Until then,
QuakeCon.
go to Bethesda.net for more info on all the games you saw tonight.
This is the last
If you're
one,
here at
isn't
E3
it?
this week, we'll have hands-on with many of our games, so be sure to stop by our booth. In the meantime,
Okay,
thanks
they're
for
talking
playing,
about
thanks for
QuakeCon, but
watching,
I want
and
to see
thanks to
more
all of you for being part of the Bethesda community. Have a
Quake
great night.
gameplay.
What kind of gameplay?
Quake gameplay.
Oh.
Because remember, they're coming out with a ray trace Quake too.
We're in the business of creating heroes.
Is that it?
But the true hero is you.
Is
It's
that
like
it?
we hand you this malleable clay and you do
What
these
they just
extraordinary
showed?
things that
Yeah.
we never could have imagined.
No, that was the Doom
We
multiplayer.
get to build these worlds
Oh,
and
is
these
that it for the
communities,
Bethesda
and you all come
conference?
in and you play, and you bring these worlds
I
that
don't
we
know.
create to life. You
That
help
might be
us
it.
build
Post
richer
shows at
worlds.
9:45. That's for the
You add meaning
IGN.
to everything we do.
We are glad you're here.
We're so glad you're here.
To the heroes.
To the heroes.
À la vôtre. Shit, I don't have a drink.
To you.
I want to know how much they paid the audience to clap that much
Ooh.
and all that screaming.
What's tomorrow's conference going to be about?
E3 conference schedule.
Yeah, it's okay for Bethesda. The only thing that I was waiting is more Eternal. I'm waiting for Square Enix because I want to drop that demo. Yeah, that's
The
it.
PC gaming shows tomorrow and Ubisoft.
PC gaming always sucked.
Square Enix is tomorrow too, so we
Oh.
might see some Final Fantasy VII Remake gameplay.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Carl.
It's a Carl.
Yeah, Mr. Carl. We'll show an Ashley too. Just wearing makeup for you, everyone. Yeah, Grim's gonna be up in a bit. Yeah, I every year the PC conference sucked. It sucked so bad. It's like really dry and boring. I don't know. I'm a PC gamer, but it's like conference sucked every year. It's like nope. I gotta watch that crap. I only watch when I review the conference because tomorrow I gotta rewatch all of EA, Microsoft, and Bethesda trailer. I'm only gonna show the trailers, and that's it, me reacting and talking about it. But my opinion. But yeah.
The sad part is EA had the best showing so far.
I did not like the EA. Any of the games that they pulled out. There's like a lot of games that just adds on, but nothing really new. Except for
They showed
Jedi,
the most gameplay.
Except for Jedi, the new Star Wars game. That's it. Oh, Wolf, please, I'm here. Always watching. So it's like maybe worth it in 2 years, maybe. Hey, Amrai Thompson. I don't know. Jedi Fallen, it looks good, but I'm gonna take with a grain of salt how EA been making a lot of the recent games so far. That's my opinion, but you know, I haven't gotten. I did not buy the Battlefields for Star, but I like the previous one before that, the RPG genre of the Star Wars. But
Battlefield's dead.
Battlefield's dead. Battlefield 5, new maps for EA. FIFA, don't really care. Adding that's basically their bread and butter, keeping them alive most of the time. Microsoft was pretty big. Was pretty good. There's only like 4 games I went from Microsoft, but I want to try. But I'm trying to get that. I don't know if you got the Ultimate Pass yet for your PC. Post? No. I'm getting it. I'm trying to download the app, and I have trouble installing the app on my computer. Even I look at the FAQ and updating on my computer, I still have troubles with it.
You have Windows 10?
Yes.
You're downloading straight from the Microsoft Store, or are you going on the Xbox App Store?
Straight from Microsoft site, Xbox site on Chrome.
I don't know. Maybe too many people are downloading it at the moment.
No, I downloaded it. I just can't install it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe the server for it is overflooded.
No, I don't know. But
Maybe,
we'll see. I probably gotta restart it again because I just because it says you gotta manually update it for the app. So go and try it, and I can finally play Halo again on the PC, the Master Chief Collection.
maybe it's all your hentai
Windows.
taking up the hard drive space.
It's junk. Bad Wolf works in 6 hours. Okay, you can install it because you need Windows Update for app. I did update the Windows. We just set this, Thompson. And here comes Grim. So they showed your Bethesda version of Hello Kitty World. You're so excited for, aren't you, Grim?
Give me 1 second. I gotta fix my sound.
What else? What was it that you like about Microsoft so far? Post. And EA as well. While we're talking on the subject.
EA, I like the Star Wars gameplay.
The trailer that Microsoft had was better than the one Sony showed. I'm sorry.
EA.
I'm half asleep. Yeah, it's EA's game, and they had a better trailer at Microsoft than they did at their own conference. Oh, that was funny. It doesn't matter. I just thought it was funny they did that.
Mm-hmm. I just hope they treat the Star Wars games with respect. I'm just hoping.
I'm just waiting for Disney to, like, take away their rights for it.
So isn't there like a contract that there is, that's why they still have it, or no?
I think it's just an agreement.
Yeah. It's like Marvel with Sony with Spider-Man.
No. It's completely different. That is a loss. What Sony has is they basically own the licensing for like half of everything Spider-Man is.
Mm-hmm.
Marvel gave that up long before Disney had bought them. That's what happened with the X-Men. They basically gave all the live-action rights for the X-Men over to Fox, which they bought back because of course they own Fox again. But Sony owns the licensing to live-action Spider-Man, to animated Spider-Man, you name it. Everything but the comic book character is literally owned by Sony. And the only reason why Spider-Man is in the MCU right now is because of an agreement that Sony has with Disney, which is because, Sony saw an opportunity where they thought they would make more money off of licensing it back to Disney than they would making their own movies again.
Mm-hmm.
But you can clearly see that they're still holding on the rights to other stuff, like for the video game. Sony will never give Disney the right to make a Spider-Man Disney game. Won't happen. Spider-Man. Sony will not give back the rights to Disney to make a Spider-Man video game.
Of course, because Sony made a lot of money off of the first-person Spider-Man.
But as fans, why should we care anyway?
Mm-hmm.
Because Insomniac made a hell of a game.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as they're making good stuff with the license, then I don't care who owns it. I don't care if Disney has it. I don't care if Sony has it. As long as they're using it and it's fun,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
But I think that's a whole different ball game. EA just has a contract with Disney to create Star Wars games. The specifics of the contract, I don't know what they are. I don't know if any of you guys know what that contract is.
Mm-hmm.
I've never looked into it, so I don't know how it all works. I don't know.
It's definitely different from the one that they made with LucasArts, because since Disney bought LucasArts, they had to redo or / make a new contract because it's different,
Yeah, or George Lucas just give Disney the finger and took taking the money. It's like, here, you have all the game rights for this many years. Bye bye.
Disney owns LucasArts now, so
yeah.
Lucas himself, he sold out, so that won't happen.
He wussed out.
Yeah, he's
like, I'm done, I'm out.
Well, yeah. Well, how old is he now?
70s? I don't know. I don't know. Google it. I'm not sure.
Probably want to live. Probably want to live his last 10, 20 more years of living.
He's
if he lives that
75
long.
years old.
75. Okay. So not even as old as William Shatner.
Mm-hmm.
Or Patrick Stewart. No, was Patrick Stewart?
Yeah, Grim is still black as ever.
Was Patrick Stewart 79? Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna watch that on Amazon Prime when the show when it comes out.
What? Picard?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had some people ask me about this the other day. What happened with it? Why is it not on Netflix? And it's not because, it's because of Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Netflix felt so burnt on Discovery
Mm-hmm.
that, and keep in mind that Netflix paid for a huge chunk of Star Trek Discovery, right?
Yeah.
They paid for it. CBS paid for a little bit of it, but most of it was funded by Netflix, and Netflix was sick of the controversy, sick of the rating problems. They just were sick
Discovery
of it.
was just all bad.
Well, I don't know. It was okay. It was okay.
There's too much PC crap in there.
Yeah, too much woke stuff. I totally agree. Too much woke, but it could have been. It could have been better, you know. But Discovery, CBS okayed season 3 of Discovery.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix has not said they were going to pay for it yet.
They probably won't.
So if Netflix says no, that they're not going to pay for Discovery season 3, even though CBS basically said, yeah, we're going to do season 3, if Netflix says no, we're not going to pay for it, and I don't think we're going to see season 3 because I don't think CBS can come up with the money to cover it.
I think they'll move to Amazon Prime with it. I guess
it could go to. Well, no, it can't because Netflix has the rights to Discovery, so they can turn around and say to CBS, "No, we're not paying for it, and no, you can't give it to Amazon."
Can you watch?
That's the end.
Can you watch it on Netflix? The Discovery?
No. So in the United States, it is only on CBS All Access. Everywhere else in the world, it's on Netflix.
That's just stupid.
Yep, that's stupid. But what happened with the Picard series, and I'm sure a lot of us have heard this already because a lot of this information is out there, Netflix just turned them down. They just said, nope, we don't want to pay for the Picard series. We don't want, and CBS was like, crap. So they shopped around, and Amazon said that they would pay. But unfortunately, Amazon has much smaller budgets than Netflix. Not that Amazon isn't a gigantic company. It is, for sure, a much bigger company than Netflix. But their entertainment budget, it's not at the same level as Netflix. They just don't do entertainment at that level. So the amount of money that could have gone into Picard from Netflix is probably a lot more money than Amazon is willing to put into it. So with it going to Amazon, we're going to see a huge cut in what CBS wanted for the budget. So what does that mean? I don't know. Does that mean less special effects? Does it mean less actors? Does it mean they're not going to bring anyone back from next gen cast? Probably. We're going to see a lot of cuts. By the way, Jonathan Frakes is one of the directors for the Picard series. I found that interesting. He is one of the directors. So will we see Riker? At least Riker on the series? Maybe, since he's directing a bunch of the episodes. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Well, we're going.
That's the story with that.
Yeah. Well, let's go back to E3 now. So what is your what is the one with EA? What's your favorite and worst from EA, Microsoft, and Bethesda?
Well, if you talk, okay, so I guess I'll start. I'm gonna go with the entire Bethesda E3 conference. It was just boring and lackluster, and I have to ask myself why Bethesda? Why did Bethesda need a conference to do that? They could have done that in some sort of Bethesda Direct, or they could have waited for QuakeCon, which, by the way, they're double naming DoomCon this year. They're naming it DoomCon, QuakeCon. They announced that whole Orion initiative without really explaining what it does. I can take a guess, and I'm sure hosts can take a guess at what it does too. It's some sort of piece of software that optimizes game engines for streaming services. How it does it, don't know. What it does, don't know. They were very vague, but it seems to me that that's what it is. It's a piece of software that It doesn't matter what game engine you're using. It could be Unreal, it could be the Doom engine, it could be whatever. It could be Crysis. Who knows? But basically, it's going to optimize your engine to run with much lower latency and use much less bandwidth over streaming services. I mean, because that's what they were kind of describing. Because they mentioned Stadia and XCloud, which are the two streaming services that we're going to get. So we'll have to wait and see. Anyway, give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second. If you want to have someone else tell their thoughts.
Post your turn.
Well, before I get into it, wouldn't it be funny if what Grim said was true and you can stream Crysis on your phone? People will be memeing that. Like, it will show a picture to the left, 2007, Crysis has crashed. To the right, it's your phone playing Crysis.
Yeah. It'll be funny, but I don't know, man. With these Orion and Stadia and...
But the Bethesda showcase was like a waste of time. They took up all that time on E3 just to show cinematics and stuff.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. It's just... I don't know. Every year E3 gets worse and worse and worse. I didn't really care for the Microsoft, to tell you the truth. I really didn't care about any of that. Only thing I'm really excited for is Square Enix.
I am that, by the way.
For Final Fantasy VII, and that's pretty much it. I want to try the demo line and get the game. That's it.
Anyway, Post. What did you think of Orion? What do you think it is? What do you think it does? I mean, I'm just trying to take a shot.
It's just going to be another streaming service.
Yeah.
No. Well, it's not a streaming service. It's a piece of software.
It's a software, but it's a streaming service, though.
So they're basically from their announcement, they're going to be using it over Stadia and XCloud. That's how they announced it. That it's going to be a piece of software that's used in conjunction with. And the two examples they used, because they're really the only examples we have, are Stadia and XCloud. So how it's going to do that, what it's going to do, they didn't really say, right? They were just like, it reduces latency and it's going to reduce the use of bandwidth. Okay. What does it do?
Yeah, I hate when companies say like, they say stuff like 20% improved performance over the stream. I'm like, okay, then tell me bit rates, tell me like bandwidth, tell me all that kind of stuff before you make that claim.
Exactly. We saw nothing but, hey, we're working on something that optimizes games over stream. Okay. Awesome, I guess. The only thing I was saying to myself as I was watching them talk about Orion is, oh no, not another streaming announcement. I don't want streaming. I want physical media. That's just me. Although I was surprised, talking about streaming a little bit, I was surprised. I didn't think we were going to get such a date that's so soon for xCloud. All the stuff with, Stadia is launching in November. Stadia's launching in November. I didn't even think we were going to get a beta for xCloud, but apparently we are. Microsoft is launching xCloud beta in October. And I have to say that suspiciously 1 month before Stadia.
I bet it uses the Orion software with it too.
Well, so as a game developer, from what I'm guessing, keep in mind these are guesses. So if anyone else has another guess, you could definitely tell me. The individual game developers have to apply Orion to their game. It doesn't go on top of a streaming service. So if I am id, or if I am I don't know who else makes. If I'm Activision and I want to put Call of Duty on xCloud and Stadia, I would have to go to Bethesda, ZeniMax Studios, and say, hey, we want to license Orion because we want to optimize our game to run on Stadia and xCloud, and then it would be my job in Activision to then implement it within Call of Duty, and then I provide my Call of Duty implementation that has Orion in it to Stadia and to Microsoft to put it on xCloud, and that's kind of how it'll work. That's what it seems like. What it seems like, but who knows, right? Because we don't know anything. This was kind of like a blanket announcement. Just like I was kind of surprised when Microsoft said that essentially xCloud's launching in October. Like, holy crap! Like, was this always their plan, or was it? And I'm just throwing out kind of like theories here. Was it always their plan to launch in October, or did they have a plan to hold it off longer? But because Stadia said we're launching in November, Microsoft's like, oh crap, what can we do? Do we have anything to launch before that? And they said, well, why don't we launch an early access beta in October? We have enough done that we can get this out there. And yeah, it's gonna have problems still, but if we launch it as a beta in early access, how can anyone complain? So it's like they just want to get it out the door a month before Stadia, and none of us saw this coming.
Plus, they got the Ultimate Game Pass as well.
Yeah, so here's an advantage that Microsoft is already starting off with before even Stadia launches. Look, I went on and got my $1 Game Pass, my Ultimate Game Pass for this first month. And by the way, $15 for Game Pass PC, Game Pass Xbox One, and Gold, that's a great price. And that's a killer. And that's going to do a lot of damage to Stadia, in my opinion. Being at that price, Microsoft picked the perfect price. Because Gold by itself is what, $9.99 a month before this? Now you get 2 game services and online play for their console for $15 a month. I think it's a great price. But I'm just, I went on Game Pass and I saw how many games they have. They have 222 games currently on Game Pass. Now, Stadia isn't even going to have the full 31 when it launches, or maybe it's launching with 31. I forget the specifics, but they might be going to 31. Or anyway, Microsoft already has a streaming service that can access Game Pass, which already has 222 games on. And by October, they're going to have probably 240, 250 games on it. That's a huge advantage over Google right there. And this whole thing with xCloud anyway, it seems like Google is just fighting from a losing standpoint. Sony, all of the PS4 and the PS5 online infrastructure is going to be xCloud. That's what they went to Microsoft for, not to merge consoles or anything like that. Sony just wanted to have that extra infrastructure, that cloud service that they know is going to be supported by an internet company. So they've already gone to Microsoft and said, hey, we want xCloud as our backbone. So the PlayStation 5 is going to have cloud gaming too, because they're going to be using xCloud. We don't know how Sony's going to implement it yet. They haven't said, but we know that they will have the option of implementing xCloud, just like the PC, just like Xbox One. And we know that Microsoft is going to be launching Xbox Live services on the Switch. So where does that leave? Microsoft is kind of backboning the 3 big console companies against Stadia. And maybe this was their plan all along. Microsoft's like, okay, so we're not saying to merge consoles. We don't want that to happen, because Microsoft certainly doesn't want another antitrust case like back in '99. I don't know if you guys remember when Microsoft got sued by the United States government. They took Bill Gates to court over antitrust, over Windows 98 and Windows ME. That was a big mess, but we got through all of that. The tech world got through all of that. But did Microsoft foresee Google doing this? And is this why Microsoft has basically dealt to Sony and Nintendo this backbone that they've been working on? It's all very interesting. And did Microsoft push up the launch date to at least get a beta out the window for xCloud before Stadia launches? It's all very interesting. Only time will tell. Only time will give us the information. It's very exciting. I just, all this information coming out with all these new types of technology coming out, it's exciting for me, even though I'm not gonna probably get involved with game streaming. I'm fine with Game Pass, but I'm still a physical media guy. I'm sure like Lance is a physical media guy, so I love my physical media.
Back there, it's all empty cases with no discing in the background.
Oh, just codes?
Yeah, the background is just a green screen. Ignore it.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know. But, back to just kind of finish up. I was saying at the Bethesda conference, it was really boring. I don't care. Like we. Oh no! Hey guys, we're getting blades for the Nintendo Switch. Okay, are you gonna fix the monetization nightmare that game is? Nope, no indication of that. So it's just gonna be the same shitty monetization
with DLC.
With DLC, yeah. I don't want to play that. I don't want to play their open chess simulator. Fallout 76. Oh boy! So they're finally giving us NPCs. We had to watch 20 minutes of a trailer. Find out we're getting things in Fallout 76 it should have launched with.
Guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
Thanks.
Guess what I'm going to be doing tomorrow?
Fallout 76?
Yeah, streaming the new Nuclear Wasteland. See the bugs they claim that they fixed.
I'll be there.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. You know what I downloaded up? You know what my Xbox is downloading right now?
Fallout
Metro
76?
Exodus.
Oh.
No. Fallout 76 was already on my Xbox.
You have the Ultimate Game Pass, right?
Yes, I do.
You try installing the beta app for the Xbox Game Pass on the PC. Did that work for you?
So, yeah, it worked after the update. Did you run the update?
I ran the update, and I restarted the computer, and the same thing.
It's weird. I don't know. Maybe
did they say,
later we can take a look at it.
Did they say anything about the people that had gold member in the past? Because I had like 6 months of it left, and it's basically gone.
When I went to get Ultimate Pass, which was now about 2 hours ago, it said something to the effect that we will be upgrading your current membership.
Mm-hmm.
And now because I didn't have anything current,
mm-hmm.
my gold had expired.
Yeah,
there was nothing to upgrade. So I don't know what it meant by upgrade. That's why I felt like it was saying that it was going to give people something that already had previous memberships. I don't know if that's correct. I don't know what they would be doing for people, but you should look into it because I think that's pretty crappy of them to just say, "Oh, hey, your 6 months that you paid for is gone."
Well, remember the Nintendo online. I had to move the family, and I had to pay the whole year of it again.
Yeah, you were telling me that you got nothing
mm-hmm.
for doing that, and that's ridiculous.
Yeah, Nintendo says they're not going to do anything about it.
That's wasted money.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Microsoft does do something. I don't know. You have to look into it. Like I said, I didn't have any current membership, so that's why it didn't do anything for me. It just upgraded it to the Ultimate membership. Mm-hmm. And then I went and started downloading Exodus, Metro Exodus, and Gears of War 4, because mm-hmm. That's the only Gears of War I haven't played. I never played Gears of War 4.
Gears of War 5's coming up.
Yeah,
4 sucked. 4 sucked. Like, the mechanics and everything for 4 was okay, but the problem was that the story was so damn short.
Which is, hey, lucky that I didn't have to pay for the game, right?
And the ending was the biggest disappointment ever.
Isn't this about Marcus's daughter? Isn't that what this game is about?
Marcus's son.
Marcus's son, okay. Yeah, all right. Marcus's son. I don't know, I'll play through it. Probably not something I would have ever bought.
I'm praying Halo won't suck like Halo 5.
Probably, but hey, I have gold back up, so we can do Master Chief Collection now.
You and everyone else.
The what?
You and everyone else wants to play with me for some reason.
Master Chief Collection? Who's everyone else?
A couple people.
You mean like your friends? Like actual friends? Or are you talking about like people that see you on your stream?
Friends and people that want to stream. I'm going to be actually...
So I mean like playing with friends is cool, and that's one thing. But people that are on like your stream that are like, hey, I want to play, that's different. No, you want to kind of prioritize and play with
No,
friends.
I'm moving. I have to move Minecraft once or twice a week now. I'm gonna be playing Minecraft live tonight. I have like a crap load. I am far behind on games and game reviews, and basically I am gonna have to do over. I have to put a lot of content in, a lot of games that's free. I am gonna be putting Blades on the Switch. I'll be reviewing that on the Switch.
Hey, Lance? What did they say the release date was for Blades on the Switch?
It's in the fall.
It's in the fall. Okay, it's in the fall.
Yeah. I don't really play. I don't like really installing games on the phone. I usually just delete it after a month after I play it. I don't like having games on my phone because it's a 7, doesn't have that much space, and
yeah, I have a iPhone 10.
Yeah.
I think
I have a 512 gigabyte SD card on mine.
Which we can't because we have iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're plebs.
My iPhone's 128.
You should send it over here. Is it Verizon?
My phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Send it over here. I can use it.
Lance requisitioning everyone's phone. Send them to Lance immediately. Yeah. So, but the end of the Bethesda E3 conference, I mean, they started with a whimper and they went out with a bang because look, we didn't get to see 2 of the only things that I wanted to see. I'm gonna be straight up. There's only 3 things I wanted to see from Bethesda. Only 3 things, and I'm holding up 3 fingers. Number 1.
Well, we can't see that 3 fingers.
You're right because my room's a mess. Number 1, Starfield. Number 2, Elder Scrolls 6, and number 3, Doom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what else they were working on.
Wait, I need to disclose something real quick.
Sure.
Elder Scrolls 6 working title.
What is it? You know?
No, I'm saying working title because of the lawsuit.
Oh, well, hold on. You can tell me about the lawsuit. I don't know that much about it. I want to hear about it. But yeah, they went out with Doom Eternal, and they showed a bunch of Doom Eternal, and my God, that game
I did not like the look of the new Cyber Demon.
I thought it looked great.
No,
I think
not the
like
facial version of it. It looks more like a Minotaur than like more menacing, like the previous Cyber Demons were. But a whole bunch of cybernetic parts on their heads.
I was the one that said it looked like a Minotaur.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it looks like a Minotaur or not, it's cool. It was cool for me. I mean, I thought it looked good, and I was impressed. And that game looks like it's going to be a ton of fun. I loved Doom 2016. I thought that was a great game. And by the way, it's on Game Pass. If anyone out there has an Xbox One X and you want to play Doom 2016,
PlayStation 4 and Steam
in 4K, 4K at 60 frames per second. The Xbox One X version will do that, and it's on Game Pass. If you have a 4K television.
2020.
It looked awesome, and we're getting that in November. And before, I just want to also say this one thing that it did piss me off a little bit about all the game announcements in general. There are too many games launching from end of October to end of November. There's too many games launching in that window, and if you start going down the list, you're going to be like, what the F? What the? Really?
Well, remember.
Oh my God! I can't say them all.
Remember, Grim.
I can't remember them all. There's so many. It's ridiculous. Too many games launching in that window.
You can sell blood, sell your kidney, and other viable sources as well.
Be one of those be one of those college kids that donate sperm.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I tried to think you're too old, oh my God, go away. So what's going on with the court case on Elder Scrolls 6? I didn't hear anything about this. Well, I did a little bit. But...
Well, Elder Scrolls 6 was supposed to be Redfall, the name, and some guy that owns a book franchise has copyrighted, trademarked the name Redfall, and basically he's suing Bethesda for using his trademark.
So when were his books written?
Years ago.
You know what years? Because Elder Scrolls, it's from 1992. or 94, I think. Arena came out in 94. I think I'm right. I'm gonna look it up. I think.
How can he trademark?
Yeah, he can. So he can only he can trademark it with respects to a medium. So if I started a town, like a real town, and I called it Redfall, he couldn't sue me and say you can't have a town named Redfall. But if I wrote a book and I named it Redfall, he could sue me for naming my book Redfall. I have to change the title of the book. But if I wrote a book and named the town Redfall in my book, he could not come after me for that. So if this guy really has his trademark and his book is named Redfall, then if Bethesda wanted to name their game Redfall, they might have a problem if he has a copyright. Yeah, so Elder Scrolls Arena came out in March 1994. So Bethesda can actually roll back and say, well, Redfall is part of the Elder Scrolls world, and the Elder Scrolls
It's
world...
not. Redfall is not a name of a location. You're thinking of
Hammerfell.
Yeah,
Like
Redfall is supposed to be Hammerfell and Redguard. It's a conjoint name.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if that's the case, I think that...
No, we'll see. No, we'll see. I'm not going to...
Sounds like he might have a case, but I don't know how far he's going to get other than Bethesda saying, okay, we'll just name it something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Bethesda's known for suing people. So even if he wins the court case, they're going to turn around and sue him for something else.
Yes.
That's their strategy for everything.
Yeah. So there you go. So I don't think that's going to probably won't take him anywhere.
Is the author named J. Faulkner? Faulkner? Is that the author that's trying to sue?
Yeah, that's the name of the guy that wrote the book series.
The books came out in 2016.
No, that's when he got the reward for the books.
Well, on Amazon, that's saying the publishing date, so...
Yeah, so is Google. Google says the book is May 8th, 2016.
That's a publication. That's when they got published. It was 2016. So the books are only 3 years old. When did they start working on this Outer Scrolls 6?
Last year.
They probably had the conceptual idea for it longer than that.
Yeah, but they didn't start production till last year. Well, we'll know later on down the road.
I don't think they.
I am not going to ponder around about it. What is that?
You can't copyright a name. You can't copyright a name because there's many books named the exact same thing.
And I bet you that Redfall has been used a billion times and stuff. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure, but I'm just saying it sounds like something that's probably been used before.
Mm-hmm. All right. How about the new?
That's my whole take on the kind of Bethesda thing. Is the Doom part of the conference was awesome. The rest of it was boring, and
you're boring.
Slow. And what the hell is Orion, and what does it do, other than it does something to games to make them work better on Stadia and xCloud. Okay, what? More data, please. That's all. That's it. I'll say about Bethesda. The Microsoft conference, I was very impressed with. Very impressed. Much better than last year. Last year their conference was shit. This year looks good.
Yeah, I haven't watched all of it. I got to rewatch it all for tomorrow's video that I'm going to have to make and a reaction. I didn't watch all the games for it. I know there was like 3 games I won off of the Microsoft. That's it.
I watched some of the Microsoft. I saw that fantasy game that's made with George R. R. Martin.
Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
That looks really cool. I was interested in that.
But Age of Empire 2 Definitive Edition, Xbox Pass.
Yep. That
Come on.
no, the PC one, the PC pass.
Yeah, you, me, and Post can play it. I'm hoping to keep the cheat code Big Daddy with the car and the guy with the fucking launcher.
I don't remember the cheat. You remember all the cheat codes?
I remember a few.
Nice.
Big Daddy.
So, what are the games that you saw out of the Microsoft conference that you liked?
Halo, Gears of War 5, Age of Empire. Well, I already have the game. It's coming on the PC, but I can play with other people on the Microsoft side. Let's see here, JR. Fantasma Star Online 2. I freaking probably butchered that name. Fantasy Star.
Phantasy Star. You don't know Phantasy Star?
I do. I just butchered that.
The old school Sega games? The old school Sega Genesis games?
Well, the only Fantasy...
The what? Go ahead.
The only one I ever played was the GameCube version, was the first online one.
I played it on the Dreamcast, so I played it before you. So originally that game...
Yeah, the Dreamcast version was better.
Yeah. The Dreamcast version...
own one.
And when that game came out, everyone was so excited just because, the Dreamcast came with a modem. Mm-hmm. It was the first console to come with any, network connectivity like that. Although I had not even playing for years on LAN. And I had friends that already had broadband cable modems back when cable was at DSL speed.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, it does look very interesting. I'm excited to see what it brings to the table.
Free to play.
Well, yes. I mean, Phantasy Star 1 Online 1 was also free to play.
No.
There was no subscription fee. And back then, the MMOs that existed, I think EverQuest might have been out. EverQuest, and of course Ultima Online, which was from 1997. That was certainly out. And I think
you forgot Ragnarok Online.
Oh my God, I did.
Oh my God.
I never really played that one.
Maple Story.
That was after Ragnarok.
But still.
Yeah, that was after. That was not. You're a few years.
I played Ragnarok Online.
A couple of the developers for Ragnarok Online went and created Maple Story.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're so similar.
Yeah. It's a Korean server game.
You know what else I saw was on Game Pass? Talking about Korean MMOs.
What?
Black Desert Online is on Game Pass.
Desert Online?
Black Desert Online is on Game Pass. Yeah.
I have it on the Steam, and I tried. I played it, and I'm like, eh. I even tried Bless. I'm like, eh.
Well, Bless, a lot of people complained about. About Black Desert Online less. So
the microtransactions killed player versus player in Black Desert Online.
And I tried Terra.
Because there's this one outfit, I forget what it's called, on Black Desert Online, and it gives everybody an advantage in PvP.
Because I also tried Terra. I tried Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 1 was pretty fun, but Guild Wars 2 was like, eh. I don't know. MMORPGs is like hit or miss. A lot of times I play it. I only played the Star Wars Republic one MMORPG, but I never had a chance to play it or get one.
Like the Old Republic.
Yeah, and I played the Elder Scroll one. I just did not like that at all.
Guild Wars 1's PvP was better than any other MMORPGs because like if you played PvP in WoW, like World PvP, you attack somebody, and then if they go inside an instance, you can't follow them. But in Guild Wars 1, as long as you attack them a few times, you can follow them in the instance. That's why a lot of pro players dueled each other inside instances in Guild Wars 1.
Yeah, I'll try out. I'm gonna try out the Bethesda Star Online.
What is it?
Fantasy Star Online. I'm gonna try that when it comes out. I'll be happy to play.
You're disappointing the Sega gods.
Yeah,
I never was a Sega person to begin with.
Sega does what Nintendo don't.
Well, I started with Nintendo. I played a little bit of the Sega Genesis with the CD attachment with it. Then My uncle was the one that played the majority of it. I played my Super Nintendo one.
So what's with companies making a new game and then renaming it the same as some old ancient property, which they don't really have to do. They could just make a new game, like the Commander Keen mobile game. When I heard them say it's Commander Keen, I'm like, what? Why are you? That mobile game has nothing to do with the original Commander Keen games. With the
I have no idea what the hell that game is.
It's supposed to be the next generation
of Commander Keen.
Yeah, like it's his kids, his twin children.
Oh, that's what. So that's the connection. It's his twin kids.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it too closely. I was just like, really, Commander Keen? That's from when I was like in middle. I think I was in like 6th or 7th grade when Commander Keen came out. It was a DOS game distributed as shareware by Apple.
You know what I was focused on when I saw that thing?
What?
I was thinking, why would you name your twin kids the same freaking name, pretty much? Billy and Billy.
Oh yeah, Billy and Billy. Right. Well, you wouldn't, but apparently, someone at that game studio thought it was funny. I don't know.
Or come to the South and you'll probably find out why.
Because the parents are inbred, right? Is that why? Is that what you're alluding to? Down the South, everyone's inbred.
Oh, basically, people think that's clever, and to me, it's just like this is dumb. But other than that, yeah. What else are we missing from the what else are we missing? Post from the conference.
What are we missing?
That's what I'm asking.
You haven't even heard of Commander Keen, so
I told you. I even texted you. I didn't know what Commander Keen was.
Right.
I only played with it a little bit, but I wasn't much of a fan of it.
Yeah, we saw.
They were just kind of shooter platformers.
We finally see a little bit of Battletoads. It's coming out.
We did see a little bit of Battletoads, right? And I was watching Young Yao stream the event, and I thought it was funny. He's like, "What's this? That's a toad? I don't know what this is. I kind of remember it." I'm like, "You got to be joking! Fucking Battletoads, really young, really? You don't know what it is? Oh my god!"
Well, there's a lot of games I don't know, like, oh my god, or movies I haven't watched. Oh my god.
You know what? You know what though? And this is to all YouTubers that are listening. Okay, if you are in a field of covering something, okay, you should know about that. Like, if I reviewed movies, if I reviewed movies and I said I was a sci-fi movie expert, and someone came to me and was like, "Have you seen this movie from the 1980s?" and I hadn't heard of it, I'd feel pretty damn embarrassed.
Not me.
But so anyone that's in a field, if someone wants to be taken serious, you need to know the historical aspects of that field. So unfortunately, that includes games. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure people know what I'm saying.
But for me, it's just, I will try it, I'll play it. There's a lot of games I bought and haven't really played yet, and I'm gonna be not doing that. Well,
you've heard. Well, okay, so understandably so, but you bought them, you know about them, you know what they are.
Yeah.
So I bet you I could ask you about one of those games on your shelf, and you could be like, "Oh yeah, that's a Konami game. It's a Metroidvania game. I didn't play through it, but here it is." So you know what it is, and you know what type of game it is. So that's different. And I understand.
Are you guys gonna play the Blair Witch game?
What?
I can't. When they started showing that, I thought it was something else. I was really surprised at the end when I saw the Blair Witch symbol. Just like, holy shit, it's Blair Witch. I don't believe it.
During the launch of that, we should all meet up at the cave.
Which cave?
What
the Blair Witch Cave.
Where's that at?
Is it
you're from the South and you don't know where Blair Witch Cave is?
I know of it, but I never watched the movie.
I'm not from the South.
He's from Maryland.
Yeah.
By you. He's your neighbor.
So actually, then she should know where Blair Witch took place, because you know where Blair Witch takes place.
Nope, because I never seen
Massachusetts.
No.
I've never seen the movie.
It takes place in the Black Hills Woods in Maryland. Takes place in Maryland. So the first movie, the woods that they're in, is called the Black Hills Woods. It's there.
I don't even know that in Maryland. I lived in one county and never really traveled very far out of that.
Have you ever heard of Burkittsville? Have you ever heard of that place?
No.
Anyway, that's where it says the Black Hills are near.
Do you know where Adams, Tennessee is?
No.
No, how about that?
That's where the cave's located.
So why is it called the Blair Witch Cave?
It's because there's like a wormhole there, or not wormhole, but like, you know, spirits and stuff.
Can we use that to go back in time?
No.
Like the end game for Avengers?
No. Like in Dark.
Just so glad there and never return.
Did you guys see Dark? The show Dark on Netflix?
No.
No.
Really? You haven't seen that? Watch that. It's really good. It's dubbed because it's from Germany, but...
Are you saying anything from Germany is dumb?
No, it's dubbed. It's dubbed. It's dubbed because it was recorded in German. But that show is one of the best shows, even with the dub. That is one of the best shows on Netflix. I'm sorry, that is one of the best shows.
What is it about?
It's about a town in Germany that there is a cave underneath it, and there is a wormhole in that cave that goes to specific points in time. One point in time in the 1950s, one point in time in 1986, and then one point in time in 2016, which is the current year for the show. And it's about that wormhole, and people crawl through that wormhole and screw up the timelines. And it's very dark, just like as the name says. It's a very dark sci-fi that basically they tried to make it kind of like even darker than Stranger Things. And is it better than Stranger Things? I wouldn't say that, but I would say that Dark is really, really good. And they have like intertwining plots. Like you find out like someone's son is actually someone's father because in one era they went through the tunnel and appeared in a different era.
Oh, so it's like the grandfather's theory.
Yeah. They use a lot of that. And oh god, it's really good. It's really good. And yeah, you can watch it with the subtitles if that's your thing. I watched it with the dub. I didn't mind it. They're about to release season 2.
Things I don't like it when the lips don't match.
Hey, that's why I was saying that there is a sub. If watching a sub is your thing, then you can watch the sub. Or they do have what I thought was a great English dub. I think they did a great job. So I watched it. And season 2 is coming out soon. They're about to do season 2. Season 1's from a couple years ago. They're about to do season 2, and everyone's been waiting for this. Dark is one of the big Netflix series. There's like Stranger Things, AO, Dark. This is among the top of the Netflix shows.
Ooh, Stranger Things is coming back soon.
I'm busy watching Merlin.
I never saw
the old show from like 2003 on Sci-Fi.
I watched it. I watched all of it.
Yeah, all that's on Netflix now. I never saw the end of it. I did see some of it. It was okay. I liked it. I didn't mind it. You know, maybe it's something I'll go back to and finish. I don't know.
It's a good show.
You tell me if it's good. If it's good enough, if it ends good enough that it is good to go back to, I would definitely watch it. You know what I mean? Just probably have someone say, yeah, hey, the ending was great. Watch it through. Then I'll definitely probably go back to it.
It was back when Sci-Fi was still good.
I haven't watched Sci-Fi Channel in years. Wow.
Neither have I.
I have watched The Expanse, which they recently just canceled. I think someone else picked it up. I'll have to look that up. I think someone else.
They cancel everything, so.
They do, and I'm sure Post can explain this to you guys as well. I'm sure you know why, right? It's because as things get further along in their seasons, they get more and more expensive to produce. You have to pay the actors more. You have to pay everyone more. So it's literally cheaper to take a show, do 2 seasons, cancel it, do another show for 2 seasons, cancel it, because to continue the production of a show is very costly. So it's cheaper, it's easier for the channels to literally dump the show and start something new. I think that's shitty, but it's the truth. It's the truth.
Yeah, but back when Sci-Fi did more than 2 seasons, that was when they were most profitable. Like, look at Stargate. Look at Merlin. Merlin went through 5 seasons.
Where did they get Merlin from? They didn't start Merlin. They didn't start Stargate either. They got Stargate from so I know it was an MGM show. MGM was the production company for Stargate, but Showtime was the original channel that was on. What was
Merlin? They started themselves.
Okay, Merlin they started themselves. I do not know that. I do not know that.
In 2003.
Well, let's go back to anything what you guys want to add on the E3, because that's the only subject I have for this podcast. I know we've been jumping all around.
Pick out. It's fine to jump around. It's kind of a free-form podcast, right?
Yeah.
The EA. I didn't really talk about the EA.
Oh,
show.
EA.
Other than Star Wars, they kind of did the same thing Bethesda did. They were so excited to show us Battlefield 5 maps. Like, they literally spent, it felt like they spent half of their conference talking about Battlefield 5 maps. No, that's not
because
why.
Because Battlefield 5 only came out with like 4 maps or something.
I understand, but it's like, let's talk about new stuff. That's why I'm watching E3. That's why I was so mad at Bethesda and the amount of time they spent on Fallout 76. They could have just, they could have spent 10 minutes on it and said, hey, we're releasing stuff to fix it. On to the new stuff. I feel like EA could have done that too. The other thing that I hated about the EA conference was the amount of time they spent on FIFA and Madden. Oh my God, I wanted to punt my head.
Sports ball. You got to remember, that's their bread and butter.
Is it? So hear me out here. Okay. Yeah, and you can tell me if you have a different opinion on this, of course, because I feel like having a conference where you talk about FIFA and Madden is pointless. This is why. There are people who hate sports, don't care about sports, and don't want to watch your stupid conference talking about sports games. Okay? And no matter how much FIFA and Madden you show me, I ain't gonna want to play. You can show me FIFA and Madden all day. All you can do is piss me off. Okay? And then there are the people who love those sports and buy the damn game every year. Okay? So who are they talking to? Because they're never going to convince me to ever buy those games. And they don't need to convince their fans to buy those games. Okay? Because they're never going to get me to buy it, and they will never need to convince the diehards. Because the diehards will buy it no matter what. Those diehard FIFA and Madden fans, they don't need to see the E3 to buy it. You just tell them, hey, there's a new one coming out, and they buy it. Because that's what they do. They love the game. They're going to buy it no matter what. You don't need an E3 conference to sell it to them. These people are your fans already. You don't need to re-fanize your fans. They're already your fans. And the people who don't like sports, no matter how much footage you show me of those 2 games, I will never buy your sports ball games.
You also
so
got
why spend so much goddamn time on it? Who were they talking to?
You gotta also understand too. There's a lot of games on Xbox I don't give 2 craps about. A lot of them. There's a lot of games on business I don't really crap about that you like.
But there's an audience for them. Okay,
there's an audience for everything. Every game. It's an E3.
No, what I'm saying to you here is that the audience. This is the problem. Okay, you didn't hear my argument plan. You're not listening to them. Okay, the people that don't want to buy it are not going to buy this game no matter what you show them. You never convince them. The people that are fans of this game don't need to be convinced to buy it. Fans of FIFA and Madden buy it every year because they are huge fans. You don't need an E3 conference to convince your sports ball fans to buy your sports ball game because they are going to buy it.
So how about with Battlefield? How about with the newer Battlefield, newer Call of Duty? Pretty much every year, or new Assassin's Creed.
There are people, there are video game players that are very much on the fence about what first-person shooters they buy because there's so many first-person shooters.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, if you have a new Call of Duty, if you have a new Battlefield, you need to market it to gamers to get them to buy it because there's going to be a lot of gamers that are on the fence. I am making the assertion that it is not the same as sports games, that you do not have fans that are on the fence about sports games. You either have the fans that will never buy it no matter what you say, and then you have the fans that will always buy it no matter what you say.
Well, they're paying for the damn thing, so
no one to market it to us, because you have the people that you people that won't buy it and you people that will buy it no matter what. So are you trying to market it towards the people that already said they're going to buy it? Because that's all they're doing. They didn't need to show it off at E3 because all of those FIFA and Madden fans are already going to buy it. They're not on the fence. They're not on the fence.
Well, what do you think about that post?
I think that all of EA Sports games right now are garbage, and all the good ones they discontinued years ago, like Backstreet Football, SSX.
I remember that game.
Because the difference between those sports games and the sports games today is, in Backstreet Football, you can break the rules and you do unrealistic stuff while you're playing football, and SSX is like an unrealistic, snowboarding simulator type thing.
SXS Tricky was a great game.
Yeah, that was the second one.
Yeah, that was a great game.
I like the third game better.
Did you like the third game better? Cool.
Yeah, because the amount of customization on your character, it felt more like an RPG than a simulator, kind of, in a way.
What do you think of Skate? Skate 3. I have that Xbox.
Yeah, that has a big cult following. Skate series is a very good series, and if Tony Hawk ever comes back and has a say with the Pro Skater series, and the Pro Skater series becomes good again, then EA is going to have to get some sort of game out in order to combat that.
Actually produce a Skate 4, which I know fans of Skate have been kind of hammering for that game for a while, right? You think that there's a market for a Skate 4. I wonder why EA hasn't done it.
And EA just proves that EA doesn't care about their player base, because it took so long for them to make Skate 3 backwards compatible on the Xbox, and there's been so many petitions and stuff from the fans to get them to do it.
I want to point out, the only reason why I even know where Skate 3 is because it's backwards compatible with the Xbox One. And that's why, you know what, I'm trying to remember if I bought it again or if I had just found it in my collection. Either way, I pulled it out or I bought it again simply because I saw it on the backwards compatible list. And I was like, really? Oh, that's awesome. So I pulled it out because it's a fun game. And you know what? A lot of the Tony Hawk games are fun too. Skateboarding games I always thought were pretty fun. But that is really terrible that the fan base for Skate and EA just won't make a Skate 4. You think that they want to make money, right? Maybe they don't make a Skate 4. What do you think about this? They don't make a Skate 4 because they don't know how they monetize it. Maybe they're sitting on it right
absolute bullshit.
I don't know. I'm just saying. Maybe they're sitting on it right now saying, well, we got to figure out a way to monetize this before we make another Skate game.
Skate 4 would be instant monetization for them. You want to know why? What's one thing you notice between all the Skate games? Advertisement for Skate apparel, Osiris, DC Shoe Co., the Hundreds, Diamond Corporation, all of them. That's free advertisement for them, and of course they're going to pay towards it.
Yeah. So then why don't we have it? I don't have an answer. What do you think?
This is the new
I
Tony.
think EA doesn't give a shit about the players.
Isn't Tony Hawk Pro Skater new one's coming out anyways?
What? There is?
New Tony Hawk's coming out. Last year they were making
Yeah, but it's without Tony Hawk himself. It was only good when Tony Hawk had a say in it, but now he doesn't. So it's going to be bad.
Well, we'll see when that game comes out.
Like, how many in the chat remember Tony Hawk American Wasteland on the PS2?
I never played any of the Tony Hawk series
Never played
sure.
any kind of skirting game.
I don't know. There's a, I kind of I think snowboarding and skateboarding games are kind of different than, say, baseball, football, soccer games. I wouldn't say
clump them all together.
I think that's a mistake to do that. I think you're wrong for doing that. I think that you don't understand what the games are if that's how you're clumping them. I think it's just kind of a lack of understanding that there is a big difference between those games. They're not.
I snowboard and skateboard in real life.
Yeah, they're not the same genre. Definitely not.
Snowboard and skateboard never appealed.
They're part of the unrealistic simulator genre.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah. So the Tony Hawk you're talking about already came out. It's called Tony Hawk Skate Jam, and it was a mobile.
Oh yeah, that was garbage.
Yeah, and it's not by Activision. So, I guess Tony Hawk is marketing his name to a different company now, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, to me, like for me, I'm more the games I really love to play are JRPG style games.
Yeah,
everyone knows that I like JRPG. I like RPG.
But I mentioned JRPG, and by the way, I am seeing some things here and there about rumblings of a new Pro Skater game. So you saw something, definitely. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you have any other details, but I guess there is a new Pro Skater game.
There probably is, but we won't know because EA should have more than just talk about 4 different types of games.
Pro Skater was Activision.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who the new one is, but the old ones were Activision.
No, I'm just saying.
EA has EA's skateboarding series is called Skate.
Yeah, I know, but EA only now talked about 4 games. Why just 4? They usually pop out a whole bunch of games. Last year, they were talking about remastering Tiberian Sun and Red Alert 1. I don't think that's ever going to happen. What's happening with Dragon Age, the newer Dragon Age? Those are those are like the first party games that basically makes them a lot more money than the other multiplayers. But I think it's after they screw up with Star Wars, the last Star Wars game, and freaking dismantled BioWare, I believe. Did they literally dismantle it finally, or no? Is it still alive?
No, still BioWare is still open.
I want another Dead Space game.
Yeah. I know.
Dead Space games would be good.
Don't mention Dead Space to Lance because he'll sit and argue with you for 10 hours that Dead Space 3 is not any good.
I just did not like Dead Space 3.
I didn't like it.
I think that it's different. It's still a good game, and it wasn't as much horror.
No.
It's
the story
because it was horror.
The gameplay of it is good. It's the story that sucked on 3.
Which is why you don't like Final Fantasy 15.
Well, 15, even Pulse agreed with me. It was like all over the place. It just have a huge gap.
Yeah, it felt like that there was some cut content in the story, and the setting felt really out of place with it.
And continue. Sorry, Post.
Like, I don't like games where it's kind of like modern day, but people are impractically using swords and stuff still. Like, come on now. The most relevant one out of those group of people is Prompto, because he's still using a gun,
So you would have enjoyed it if they would have all been using modern day weapons, or the entire setting would have been fantasy?
That the entire setting was fantasy.
Okay. I mean, yeah, that's
like the original, like if you saw the clips of 13 Verses, that version of the game was more fantasy than modern day.
Yeah. I haven't played the new DLC for the Final Fantasy 15. I bought it. I just
Yeah,
haven't
like
touched it yet.
Swords.
They have a ton of DLC.
No,
now.
they put out the last one, the prequel of everything, how everything started.
Yeah.
I'm Bruce Wayne. Says I know I get that but once a console with no games. Hello, Gears, Frozen, and that's all. Why don't they bring them? You need to work on your English, man. Then back. Why don't they bring back Banjo, Perfect Dark, Alan Wake, Fable, and Mecha?
They are coming out with a Fable. Fable 4 is in the works right now.
Mecha Assault is coming. There'll be new Mecha Assault coming out too.
So
And Alan Wake came out with another game like 2 years ago or something for PC.
Perfect Dark. I think that was on the N64, wasn't it? I believe.
It was also on the GameCube.
Yeah, Perfect Dark. They'll be out. They're remastering a crap load of games.
Yeah, they did just remaster that in the Rare Replay collection as the Perfect Dark games are in.
Yeah,
the
Banjo as well.
The Banjo games are all on Rare Replay as well. I do have Rare Replay for my Xbox.
I think all the consoles are like remastering a lot of old games.
A lot of companies are remastering because they found out that a lot of these old games that you can.
There's a market.
Yeah, there's a market for like a lot of the PS1 retro games are being remastered.
And there's a reason why they will not bring back Banjo-Kazooie it's because the original audience outgrew it. You know, that like if you remember when the third game came out, it felt really out of place because it was using adult humor.
A third one?
Yeah, there was a third one.
I only know 2, 1 and 2.
There's 3 games. There's Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and I forget what the third one's called. But the third one felt really out of place because it had a lot of adult, like, toilet humor and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked like a kid's game, so a lot of kids played it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if they ever came out with another game, it's going to be like Jack and Dexter. They have to figure out
what about another Conkers?
Say that again?
What about another Conkers?
I can't hear you.
Conkers.
Another Conkers.
I don't know about that.
Do like Conker's Bad Fur Day 2 or something? Instead of Banjo?
I don't know what that game is.
You don't know Conker's Bad Fur Day?
No.
Oh, you're talking about the squirrel one?
Oh.
Yeah. Conker's Bad Fur Day. It was on the N64. Then it was also on the original.
There was a lot of very bad adult humor. Singing poop.
There was racist jokes in it too.
Yeah. Well, there's another question. Bruce Wayne says, new Xbox can't survive with old game. You'd be very surprised. Xbox is not going mostly for first party. They're mostly going for pay by service. That's the smart thing. They are basically going to destroy Google Stadia. They are the one with the best membership and a downloadable streaming platform beats PlayStation.
A lot of other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when you're Microsoft and you own the cloud backbone that both Sony and Nintendo also use, if you're on the other side of that, I don't care what games you have.
Microsoft basically finally got they got the Tales of Rise. They're basically, I know that PlayStation 4 is going to censor the shit out of it.
Oh yeah, the new Tales game. I'm excited.
I know.
Yeah, I thought the trailer looked awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, the art looked really good.
And again, if any of you guys ever play Tales, that's going to watch a stream. There's a lot of looty scenes in Tales. A lot of JRPG has a lot of looty scenes. What have PlayStation done for the last couple months? What were they doing with a lot of the Japanese RPG game?
The Tales game will also be on the Xbox One. So
yeah, I'm just saying, PlayStation's going to censor those games. Censor the looks yeah.
On another platform.
Yeah, that's why Xbox showed it. And that's why Xbox not going to censor it. Because they know that the uncensored product for game, people's going to buy an Xbox. Xbox basically going to get a foothold in the Japanese market next year. I guarantee you that.
It may be. seems like Japanese are ignoring the censorship right now. I hope that changes.
No,
I think,
they've been moving
in
to
my
Steam
opinion,
and Switch.
my opinion is there needs to be a new rating for the ASRB, like higher than M rating. I think there should be a rated R because I want to
Well,
see
there
the
is.
characters nude now.
Yeah.
They have an R rating.
It's
ESRB
rated
has
A,
an
I think. Isn't it?
yeah. ESRB rating. There is a
There's
rating
higher
higher than
rating.
M.
You just have to buy that off a specific site.
Yeah.
There is. I'm looking up the rating system. You are right. You said A.
Yeah.
Actually, you said A, right? So
Yeah.
it's E, E10, T, M, and most games are, adult games are M. But yeah, there is an A rating by the ESRB, and it stands for 18
Adults
plus
only 18
only.
plus.
18 plus only. And this is the rating that they give all hentai games.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, all hentai games get an A.
There needs to be more RPGs that are A, like those people on Kickstarter and stuff making like Monster Girl Island or something.
Like how badly?
Hey, I'm for it. If there's an audience, sure, someone should make it.
There is an audience, trust me.
Yeah.
If there's people out there watching hentai as much as Lance does, then there's an audience.
Lance, you've been caught, Lance.
No, I think
what do you think about it? Lance is addicted to hentai.
I think he's
For anybody that doesn't know, Lance owns a 14 terabyte external drive filled with just hentai.
I
Well,
wish.
Lance could say what he caught me watching today.
Hentai. I was like, what the hell is that? And she scrolled up.
We gotta get out of this stream quick. We gotta save our souls.
No, because
There is a big art. You know what they need to do? Make an RPG of a yaoi game.
I think they don't. They did.
Do we have any idea, by the way, talking about the Tales game, do we have any idea about a release date? Because they didn't really say.
Next year.
So we're just probably someplace next year.
Sometime next year, I would say. A safe bet.
They're also thinking about making sequels to past Tales games too.
Yeah.
Tales of Vesperia.
I thought
Tales of Vesperia, that needs an expansion.
Well, I know that there's a rumor that Square Enix tomorrow is going to be showing going to release the original Dragon Quest that ever been released to the U.S.
What number is what number is it?
I know some of the
Just
older
Dragon
ones.
Quest.
Yeah, just only one Dragon Quest that hasn't released here. There's multiples of them.
There's a few Dragon Quests that haven't made it to the U.S.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Final Fantasy. Like Final Fantasy here, we have 15, but in Japan, there's like 20-some Final Fantasies.
Yeah. But yeah, they're going to be bringing a lot of like those, like what they did with Baldur's Gate and 1 and 2 to the Switch and stuff. They can do that for the Dragon Quest series, the original ones.
Cool. I think that's a good idea. Look, there's definitely a market for that. I'm in that market. I'm a person that would buy stuff like that. So I think it's cool. I bought the Secret of Mana remake that was on the PS4. I don't know if you got your hands on that.
I have it.
You have an
actually streamed it, and she didn't like it.
I really liked it, but I really like the original too.
There needs to be another sequel for Golden Sun.
Golden Sun was good, especially the Game Boy Advance.
They re-release both of the Golden Sun games that were on the GBA, and do a third.
They already did. They re-released them on the DS.
No, I mean in a non-portable form. Put them on the Switch.
Yeah.
I want a full remaster that makes the characters 3-dimensional instead of 2D, almost like a remake. Like keep everything that's original.
You know what they should remake the most?
What?
Or make a new one of? Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yeah.
When did Tactics R came out? That was the latest one.
What year was
the one? Tactics R? No, Tactics Advanced was the one that GBA. What was Tactics R on?
I think a new one.
It was on PS Vita.
Oh, I didn't see it on the PS Vita. We saw one in Game Boy
Look
Advance.
at the Vita section. I always went there.
Dude, there's not much of a Vita section even though GameStop, if we go to GameStop stuff, we always go to GameStop buy Vita games, but they never really have much of a selection of Vita.
There was more Vita online then.
There's more Vita in Japan, and we can read Japanese. It's kind of hard. Even that cover's different than the one in the US.
Xseed put a ton of games out for the Vita.
Huh? What?
Xseed put a ton of games out for the Vita, like Cold Steel.
A bunch of games.
Cold Steel 1 and 2, I think, both made it to the Vita. They're both on PS4 now, and they're both on PC. But,
well, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. So I know we started this with kind of talking about Tails. I still just want to say, the screenshots I saw, the artwork looks beautiful on Tails. So I know it's gonna be a while till we see it, but hey, it's something to look forward to.
It's next year. Not that far.
You know what? But tomorrow I'll be bashing on Fallout 76 though. I'm gonna be bashing the shit out of it.
And probably a lot of people. I thought it was hilarious when they announced, "Hey, we finally have NPCs."
Yeah.
I wanted to reach through the screen and kind of slap them.
But
like,
you never will.
Really? You mean something that should have launched with the game last year?
Well, anyhow, I think
we have NPCs.
Thanks,
man. Thanks for the NPCs, Bethesda. I really appreciate it.
Well, anything guys?
NPCs.
Any of the last comments you guys add in before we end the podcast?
They need more horror games.
Need more horror
Yes.
games?
What do you think of the horror game that Bethesda announced?
Ghost, was it Ghost Tokyo?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I thought it looked neat. I like that premise where everyone disappears.
Yeah, need more gameplay.
You know what? People are already memeing about that.
Yeah.
You wanna know why? Because
people
because people are disappearing randomly, and the main hero is a bow and arrow guy. So people are saying, "Oh, they're getting Thanos snapped, and Hawkeye's coming for the rescue."
You know who said that actually? Young Ya said it the second that you see the guy walking, and what the hell is Arrow's name again?
Beat 'em ups.
What's the hell's his name? Oliver Quinn. How did I forget that? Yeah, the second, literally, when they showed the scene of the dude with the bow and arrow and the hoodie walking in the rain down the road, and they showed that scene. On Young Ya, he just goes, "Oh, it's Oliver Quinn," and we just started laughing out loud here because it looks exactly like Oliver Quinn. It's true.
Well,
and about
we'll
the people disappearing, there was a movie from some years ago where people just disappeared.
Well, I didn't.
I remember the name of it. Do you remember the movie?
People just disappeared.
I think Justin Timberlake was in it, maybe.
It sounds familiar.
Where everyone was like disappearing. I think Justin Timberlake was in it. Gotta forget the name of it. Might not have been him.
Are you sure you're not thinking about the movie where they had the barcodes on their arms and it determines their lifespans and stuff?
That's In Time, and that was Justin Timberlake, and that's from around 2010. And that's actually a good movie. I like that movie.
I haven't watched it.
It was a good decent sci-fi movie. I'd have to look it up. Might not have been him. There was another actor that maybe looked like him.
There was a TV series, One Man Standing. Everyone's gone, and the Rapture, and one guy was still on Earth.
Now this one was about the shadows. Shadow monsters were making everyone disappear. And if a shadow touched you, you became a shadow monster too, and you disappeared.
Like Death Stranding?
I don't know the story of Death Stranding yet, but I don't think we
saw large gameplay of it a week or two ago.
We did.
The actual gameplay of it, yeah.
You just know that it's an apocalyptic story.
Yeah,
Just
and,
like every other
and the spirits of the people that died that escaped from Hades. And
They didn't give us that much information.
oh, they did.
I watched this. I watched that trailer like 3 times now.
No, I also watched from
And
IGN.
it's about trying to connect
No, I
all
also
the people that are
yeah,
left over.
we also watched from IGN because they actually interviewed the people that are making the game.
And they
Grim,
said
are you
that
talking about Lights Out?
Lights Out. Man, that might be it.
Carissa Palmer, Gabriel Bateman, Billy Burke, Maria Bello, and yeah. Were any of them in it?
Are we talking about?
No,
a movie?
Lights Out is not the movie. Lights Out is a horror movie that's from the last couple of years. The movie I'm thinking out.
I
out
have
from
the
like,
movie Lights Out. I just watched it.
yeah, the movie I'm thinking about comes from like 2010. I have it on my computer.
Vanishing on 7th Street?
Yes, that's it. Vanishing on 7th Street. You got it. How'd you find that?
I just looked up movie about child monsters making people disappear. That's what I
Yeah,
googled.
Vanishing on 7th Street. That's it. That movie literally just everyone disappears. I like that movie, Vanishing on 7th Street.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it got very good reviews, but I like it.
How do we go from talking from horror games to movies?
I don't know, but I'm gonna be ending the
Because
stream.
we're comparing the games to the movies.
You know what they need to make another one of? They need to make.
And the
another
person that you said
one
looks
for-
like Justin Timberlake was Hayden Christensen.
Oh yes, Mr. Anakin Skywalker. Right. I knew it was someone that was famous that did a ton of movies.
He'd be famous at the time because he's not famous anymore.
Hayden Christensen. I mean, he's still famous.
He's going to be in the next Star Wars, so.
Yeah, it's going to be in the
He
next Star Wars. Yeah,
Why?
because he's cast. He's on the casting for it. Because he's Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah, he's going to come as a Force Ghost. Or at least come in visions or
Come
something.
in Force Ghost and help out Palpatine and the side again. Yes, Annie. Give it to me, Annie.
Vanishing on 7th Street. The Great Librarian can get it to you in the manner that he usually does. Because it's a decent movie. I like
Oh,
it.
hail the Great Librarian. He shall not be named.
Yes.
Anybody that knows him will be cursed forever.
I actually got a free trial of Dropbox with 3 terabytes in it. Go, Great Library, give us your wealth and knowledge. Give me a short amount of days.
I'll pull up Vanishing on 7th Street and I'll put that in that. I'll make sure it's in that box.
Alright, guys, I'm going to end it. Just letting you know.
Okay.
Well,
Good night, everyone, and watch Squaresoft tomorrow so we find out exactly what they're going to be giving us. I think Squaresoft's going to have a lot of games, way more than Bethesda showed off.
Well, I think 557 demo's going to come out tomorrow.
That would be cool. I would love that.
Well, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like, and share. We'll see you guys later on. Have a great day, guys. Bye.